Today we're going to take a close look at a very, very powerful clamp-on controller for shoulder rigs from Manfrotto. Okay, so we all love shoulder rigs. They're great, they're very powerful tools. You can do a lot of creative shots with them. But there's one problem when it comes to using shoulder rigs with DSLRs, and that's controlling the actual camera. A lot of people don't think about it till they get it on their shoulder, and then they realize, I can't control the camera without reaching back awkwardly to adjust settings or having one hand on the lens, which is obnoxious. This problem we don't have with other cameras because they have link controllers, so you can run a line to a special controller and control camera functions. But Manfrotto and some other companies out there have come up with a way to use the USB on the camera to control focus and other features. I've used a lot of different controllers, but this one is by far the best. So now let's talk about some of the features of this unit. What's cool about this is it's actually a clamp-on. So you can clamp it onto the handle or grip of whatever rig you're using. To add some flexibility, I put a monitor arm on the actual arm of this unit, and then have the Manfrotto controller clamped on to the monitor arm. So that gives me a lot of flexibility. It has it right here so my thumb can easily access everything. So now let's talk about some of the buttons. First I'm gonna hit live view, and so you can actually control live view from the controller, which is really nice because you don't want your camera constantly on. So now I have it set up and on here. I have an autofocus button, so I could focus wherever the marker is on the actual camera. I also have a zoom in, which is awesome because how often do we want to punch in and check our focus? We do it all the time. So it's really nice to have that right on the actual unit. Super cool. And then of course we have the record button. So that is obviously going to control recording. This does work for photography as well, which is really cool, but we're primarily concerned about video. You also can control via a little dial the focus speed, and then there's another switch on the side which will give you fixed focus or variable. Fixed means no matter how much or little you adjust this little toggle zoom thumb switch, it's going to always focus at the same speed. Variable, which is awesome, and other controllers don't do this, gives you the ability to focus very minimal and very slowly or quickly. And that's what's awesome about this little rocker. For those of us who have done a lot of broadcasts, this is a very, very familiar tool, and you essentially rock back and forth to control your focus. And what's great with this is you are able to just barely step it or really quickly zoom in and out. So that's what's so cool about this unit, and a lot of other units don't have. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hit record here on this camera, and I'm going to show you how fast you can zoom in and out. Obviously it's really jumpy, but it's one of those things where if you just want to quickly set up your shot, you can get it really close here. So we've got our focus here, got our models over there, 5D2 and the EOS M. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start walking toward the camera and see how smoothly I can focus this. So you can see it's pretty cool. You can do a pretty decent job controlling focus. And this is really the only way to have control of your camera while using a shoulder rig. So when you purchase this, you actually get the unit, which has this really nice cord, and then they also give you this little rod attachment to keep your cable from stressing the camera. So I'm just gonna pop it off here. It's a very simple piece of plastic. It just snaps right on your rods like that. And then you're able to coil the cord onto it. That way there's no stress on your camera because you don't want to be tugging on that port. So that's the Manfrotto clamp-on controller. I really like it. If you do a lot of shoulder rig work with DSLRs, this is the tool for you. You can pick one up between $300 and $400, so it's definitely an investment, but it's totally worth it because that means you're hands-free from your camera and you can actually focus on getting your shots and your cinematography, and less with messing around with buttons. You can see how difficult it would be to reach back and control the settings on the camera. So this is just a fantastic tool. Really like how they have the rocker set up on this unit. It's just gonna save you a lot of hassle and stress on set. For more tutorials and reviews, go to dslrvideoshooter.com, where you'll find more content like this and other gear and tips, and I will see you guys in the next video.